I'm about to go on a budget MSC cruise just to try the food. Oh, if MSC were to describe me, it would be masculine. Oh, whoa, strong and curvaceous. In this video, we are gonna be sailing on an MSC cruise for the first time ever. We have voyaged on Carnival, Royal, Disney, VV, NCL,
Margarita, let's see.
and now it's time for MSG. You guys have been requesting this cruise line for a few months now. I've seen your comments saying, Timmy, go on MSC. Timmy, try out MSC. It has the best sailing. Please, Timmy, go on MSC. MSC. Oh, God. I do so much for this family, and it's never enough, you ungrateful brats. Oh my gosh, Toni Collette. This is not your moment, this is my moment. You guys know I'm joking. I love doing cruise reviews and I'm so hyped about this one. It's a 3-day cruise and we are gonna review the room, explore the whole ship. But like always, the main event is the food, the sustenance. I'm gonna be taste testing all the MSC food I possibly can, from the buffets to the room service to the specialty restaurants with the caviar champagne. Oh, that's fresh. I had actually never heard of MSC Cruises until like last November when I went on a Disney cruise. The MSC Cruise was parked right next to us and I was like, who is she? What is that, a cruise full of MSG? That sounds unhealthy. What a bloated vacation. And then I looked closely and I saw it said MSC. And I thought to myself, they should have called it MSG. It's more memorable. Missed opportunity. Okay, so because I didn't know anything about MSC, I decided to do some research. So here's some fun facts, enjoy. MSC Cruises began in 1995. I was born in 1994. So it makes sense that I had never heard of it. It did not exist in the first year of my life, when I was really paying attention to the traveling industry. Fun fact number 2, it's a Swiss and Italian cruise line. So if you want some hot cocoa with some gnocchi, this is the cruise for you. And fun fact number 3, it's apparently the 3rd largest cruise company in the world. Okay, girl, maybe in IKEA, maybe in Giada's kitchen, but I just heard about it for the first time recently, so don't toot your horn too loud, sis. That really stunk. By the way, the ship we're going on is called the MSC Seashore. What a tongue twister. It's like that one that goes, Peter Parker picked a pickle, Vlasic pickle. It has the best crunch. That one. We are also stopping at the private island called MSC Marine Reserve. Oh, by the way, the room was around $900, which actually isn't bad because I got like a balcony room. A lot of other cruises charge a lot more for balcony rooms. So I'm about to drive to the port now, but first, girlies, give this video a big thumbs up if you're enjoying it. It is the easiest way to support little old me and my whole career. Also, subscribe. I make food content. Cruise food, theme park food. I travel once in a while. It's great. I'm a crab. There she is, our mother boat that is gonna take us across the open waters. Why are boats always a she? Why can't they be a he, right? Can I just be like, hey, there's Big Zeddy. I arrived to Port Canaveral and guys, it was pretty hectic trying to park, okay? There were so many cars trying to get in. It took about 45 minutes, but luckily I'm a very responsible businessman and I left an hour before I had to. Look at this ship. Hello, gorgeous. I'm purposefully putting myself in a shadow so I can let her shine and have her moment. That's how selfless I am. Now, girlies, this specific cruise line has different experience levels based on what room you booked. Like there's like a top experience where I guess you get to experience all the best things, and there's lower ones. I happen to be in a lower one. I think the lowest. So there's Bella, Fantastica, Aurea, and Yacht Club. I happen to be part of the Bella experience. I just don't even know what to expect. Is Edward gonna be there? Is he gonna tell me to crawl on his back so he can crawl up the ship like a spider monkey? Or is Jacob gonna be there and he's gonna imprint on me? We'll see. But I think it's meant to be. You guys know I'm a Twilight stan, and I don't mind being part of the basic Bella level. No offense, Kristen, you're not basic. You're iconically quirky. And I didn't even want to be a part of Aurea or Yacht Club anyway, you know? Aurea sounds like diarrhea. Been there, done that. Last night, actually. And Yacht Club? I'm sorry, yachts are tiny. I'm here for the big boat. So I'm happy with Bella. Let's go start our experience. Let's see if we get any special treatment. Girlies, I'm literally pissing myself. Oh, I was about to say I'm pissing myself, and I hope to check in as quickly as possible because mama's gotta urinate. So this is the terminal. As you can see, I was walking across the road like a beetle, not the bug, the other beetle. And I noticed that the yacht club level people have their own little spot to drop off luggage. Oh, how nice for you. Luckily, they provided us peasants some still water, not sparkling. That's only for yacht club members. This is inside of the terminal. It's really nice. Looks kind of like an airport, but with more boats and less flying objects. And oh, look at that. The yacht club members also have their own little lounge. As I passed by, I felt their judging eyes thinking, oh, that's a Bella. But once again, they provided us normal people different flavors of water this time, including mint. So I tried the mint. All it's missing is chocolate chips. It's time for me and my fresh breath to board. So I just started walking and I see this giant MSC logo on the side of the ship. I just feel like that's really egotistical. You guys know every time I board a cruise, I have to film my first footstep. Not on the ramp, not on this, on the ocean vessel, on the ark. Every time I board a cruise, it feels special. Every time my footsteps on that vessel, it's a moment for me. Oh, me? Oh, can I come in?
Thank you very much.
I filmed it, but I was stressful. Ooh, guys, the lobby's pretty. I hadn't looked up any pictures of the lobby, and I'm glad I didn't. Radiance! Opulence! Cause it's stunning! Oh my goodness, guys, I just did not expect all this liquid metal dripping on the walls. Bienvenue a borde. Look at this big bar. This is the glamorous life. And look at my friend. Hey! Hi. Let's count the staircases, shall we? 1, 2, 3. 3 staircases in the lobby. That is so extra and unnecessary, but I loved it so much. And look at this. This is a sculpture of a cup, and it has numbers on it. This is a mathematical drink. Oh, it felt so good to rest my honey buns right on this seat, honestly. Oh, is that a fish? Oh my gosh, that mermaid has a lot of blubber. This staircase was truly everything to me. I've never seen something glisten this much in my entire life. I almost fell. Honestly, if I had to snap my ankle on a staircase, I would choose that one. At least my ankle would feel broken, but also luxurious. I'm genuinely shocked because I thought, because of the price, it was going to be more of a carnival vibe. This is more J'adore Dior vibe. This is more Jared's. Did they go to Jared's? They'd have to go a lot of times to fill this place up with all these diamonds. So far, amazing first impression. I'm kind of gooped that it's this nice. Let's see how the room is though, and let's see how the food is. That's the most important thing in our lives. Not our jobs, not our loved ones. Food. Speaking of food, I'm extremely hungry, so let's find the all-you-can-eat buffet so I can eat all I can. Okay, Marketplace Buffet and there's 20 floors on here? Is this like a skyscraper that can sail on a lake? Okay, so the Marketplace Buffet and Restaurant is on the 16th floor. You guys know I never take cruise elevators because they're so slow, and my Skechers are extremely fast, so we have 4 more flights to go. Oh my goodness. Let me catch my breath. I don't know why I ran. I was doing it for the edit. I wanted to do like a fast motion thing. I probably did that in my mind, but I don't think it was worth it. I'm literally dripping sweat. I think my BB cream's gonna melt off. This is the sign for the buffet, Marketplace Buffet Restaurant. That must be a website or something. And let me just say, I tried my best to film the actual buffet itself and the food, but it was so incredibly packed that it was nearly impossible. I got a good shot of the juices and the coffee. So here's the desserts. They have a lot of different options. They also have burgers and hot dogs and fries. And as you can see, I was filming between people because it was just too difficult. Guys, I barely filmed any of it. The buffet was huge. There were so many more options. Anyways, this is what I got. I got a burger. I got some chicken salad with some plantain chips. I got some chicken chili with rice, an egg roll, and a piece of sausage and pepper pizza. Call me a faucet because I'm dripping. I can't tell if I'm sweating because it's hot in here or if I'm sweating because I basically just did a Stairmaster class. I think it's a mixture of both, mixed with my sweat. But I'm grateful. I'm excited to try all these different things. Okay, I have to take this off. Oh, this fork is greasy. Girl, it smells like Crisco. I'm not joking. Am I about to make some biscuits? Let's just wipe it off just in case. Let's first try the fries. Let's keep it simple. We got some ketchup. Those fries are perfect. I have to say, they're not seasoned, they're not anything special, but they are perfectly crispy, perfectly salted, actually very salty. I love a really salty fry. I would compare them to a Burger King fry, but without the royal title, you know? I'm gonna give those a nice strong 8 out of 10. Fantastic star. Okay, so next up we have this chicken chili with rice. It looks really delicious. You know? Okay. So the rice is good. We got a silver lining. It's perfectly fluffy, salted, and it tastes honestly fresh. It tastes like I made it. You guys want to know my rice recipe? It's the Cuban style. I heat up some oil and I put in the rice. Then I toast it and get the rice all toasty. That's what the Cubans do. We like flavor. And then once it's all toasted, we add water and a lot of salt. And then we just cook it. See, you don't have to boil water and then put the rice in. That's horrifying. Beep bop boop. I'm calling Taste Bud Protective Services. This smells like Crisco too. The chicken chili isn't terrible. Does it taste canned? What do you think? Classy lady with a massive brooch. Girl, put that away. She thinks it tastes canned. I have to agree with her. It doesn't taste like bad canned food, but at the end of the day, canned food is canned food, and it tastes like canned food. It tastes like a chunky chicken chili from Campbell. Or, what other soup brands are there? Is that the only one? Do they have a monopoly? The chicken has a bit of a rubbery kind of just really processed texture. And the flavor just kind of tastes like chili powder mixed with canned enchilada sauce. So like I said, not terrible, but I would not choose to eat this. I think I'm gonna have to give it a 4 out of 10. Okay, so let's try this pizza. This is sausage and pepper pizza. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. I got chills on my face, on my sweat glands. I can see what they're going for. They're going for a rustic focaccia kind of vibe, but the focaccia is so overcooked. It's like I bit into a raw kasha. It was so hard and stale, and it tastes so bland. A lot of focaccias have a nice little rosemary flavor, a nice like olive oil flavor. This one just tastes like flour, and not even the all-purpose one, just the one without the purpose. But that's not the only bad thing. The cheese tastes fake. I'm not saying it is, but you know when really cheap pizzas have that kind of cheese that's translucent and it just kind of evaporates in your throat and you're like, I thought I just ate cheese, where did it go? And then you burp and you're like, there it is. It did happen. I did eat that. I'm not going crazy. It just barely has a flavor. The peppers do taste good, but the sauce to me just tastes kind of like vinegar with a hint of tomato sauce. It's much too sour. And then the sausage to me didn't even taste like normal pizza sausage. It has less flavor than that. It didn't pack a sausagey punch. It's just not good. I'm gonna have to give it a 3 out of 10. Wow. Next up, we have a vegetable egg roll. PF Chang's frozen brand. This by no means tastes like a restaurant egg roll. It tastes like a frozen egg roll, like by PF Chang's or any other frozen brand. I think that the wrapping is nice and fried and it's crispy and it's not too oily, but the inside, if you can see that, is like a mush. I can see the cabbage, I can see the carrots, but I can only feel a blob of vegetables in my mouth. It's just not providing me any interesting textures, and it also has quite a watery, light flavor to it. It does taste like a spring roll, but like Dasani's version. So I'm gonna have to give that a 4 out of 10. Okay, so far I love the fries. I love the fries, and I think we should celebrate that. Next up, let's try these plantain chips with this chicken salad. So I thought they would make a good combination. You know, I'm not Cuban, in case you haven't heard. And us Cubans really love our plantain chips. If you've never had a plantain chip, it's basically like a banana with a Latina accent. Let's get some chicken salad right here. Okay. Oh my God. Girl, is that tuna? Did I misread the label? Was it in an aquatic language? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Are you from Milwaukee? I'm sorry. I'm 99.9% sure it said chicken salad. And if it's not tuna, I'm very concerned that I ingested that, because that is the fishiest chicken I've ever had. That's a chicken that wants to live in the ocean but doesn't have the gills. That chicken has never gobbled in her life. It's only said The texture's giving tuna, the flavor's giving tuna. I think they might have used Miracle Whip, which might sound like a heavenly creation, but it's actually quite demonic. It has that nasty sweetness. And there is a nice celery crunch, which I did enjoy, but the fact that my favorite part was the celery, which is also known as crunchy water, is just so pathetic. Now, let me just say, I know I'm dragging some of this food. I understand that cruise buffets are typically the least flavorful part of the cruise dining experience, right? So I'm taking that into account, of course, but it isn't that these items lack flavor, it's that they have the wrong flavor. I think they got confused. We have tuna chicken, we have rock focaccia. Is the burger gonna think it's a lima bean? What's going on? I'm gonna give the chicken salad a 1 out of 10. Last but not least, the lima bean. So, okay. I've had much worse cruise burgers in the past. That tastes almost exactly like a Sonic burger. And I know you're thinking, Timmy, how can a blue hedgehog make a burger? I mean, they actually can. They have little hands and they just take a little burger and they mash it up and they just fry it on this tiny little pan. But I'm not talking about a blue hedgehog. What's wrong with you? I'm talking about Sonic, the fast food place. It tastes just like that. The bun is perfect. It's soft, it's supple. Ew. All the veggies tasted fine. American cheese tasted great. And the patty itself did taste a little bit processed. It did kind of resemble a frozen burger patty, but there was a slight char-broiled flavor to it that really kind of took it out of the depths of despair and brought it to Flavortown. I mean, I don't think it has a mansion in Flavortown, but it might have a little studio apartment. You know, Guy Fieri visits, he says, my burgers are much better. Overall, it was very enjoyable. For a cruise burger, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. For dessert, I got some mac and cheese, a chicken tender, a fruit tart, a pink cake, and rice pudding with dulce de leche. So I realized that I forgot to try the mac and cheese and the chicken tenders. That is mandatory on a cruise. So let's try the mac and cheese. What in the world? The confused flavor disorder continues. You know what MSC actually stands for? My Strange Confusion. Coming to TLC, this doesn't taste like mac and cheese. This tastes like noodles with tons of extremely salty butter. I do like that the noodles are very dainty, like they're really tiny macaronis. I really relate to that, especially because I am light as a feather and as swift as a sketcher. There is no cheesiness at all. It's just butteriness with actually a hint of sweet nutmeg for some reason. I don't mind that actually. It kind of makes it a little interesting, but other than that, it's just buttered noodles. So I'm gonna have to give that, a 4 out of 10. My goodness, I just want a full slay. I haven't had a full slay yet. Let's try the tendy. Ask and you shall receive. I've been heard. That's a pretty great chicken tender. I have to say, it tastes like a really good sit-down restaurant tendy, not a buffet tendy. A lot of times buffet tendies can be really gooey or flavorless, but this one has that classic black pepper crispy chicken flavor, and the breading's not too thick. It's perfectly thin. It's not oily at all, and the chicken inside actually felt like a real pounded out piece of chicken. That was fantastic. I'm gonna give that a 9 out of 10. Very strong. Now it's time for dessert, so let's try this strawberry cake looking thing. I think I just got some mac and cheese sauce on it. It's fine, it's just butter. Well, the gag was short-lived because that is not good. It is once again deceitful. It looks like it's gonna taste like a strawberry cake, but it tastes more like some sort of a really eggy custard. It's also kind of rubbery, and there's no strawberry flavor. Now, did the label say it was gonna taste like strawberries? I don't think it did. I couldn't find the label, but it's pink. Pink cake, strawberry, like hello. But I guess everyone's not the same. Were they laughing at me? I think they were laughing at me. It's okay. It's okay, you know? If mocking me and my massive egg-shaped head brings other people joy, so be it. I'm gonna have to give this cake a 3 out of 10. My goodness. Let's try this fruit tart. I'm a huge fan of fruit tarts. Honestly, I've had them so many times. In fact, the creator of the fruit tart named them after me. He was like, oh, that's my next dessert. And this one is not a good one. I really like a fruit tart that has a thin, crispy, shortbready crust and a lot of that custard filling. This is mostly crust. See that? With a tiny layer of the filling. Sadly, the crust isn't even good. It kind of tastes like a sugar-free sugar cookie. Honestly, I don't think it's sugar-free, but you know how sometimes sugar-free desserts have this emptiness to them? I mean, some of them are amazing, but some of them just feel like there's a void. But the fruit tastes fresh, so. Okay, so last but not least, we have the rice pudding with dulce de leche. that's where it's at. So the dulce de leche really is incredible. I wish it was all throughout it. The rice pudding itself is not bad. It has a nice rice pudding flavor with a tiny hint of cinnamon. It's just a little watery for me. I wish it was more creamy and once again more rich. There's a lot of richness lacking in these desserts, and I'm guessing it's because they spent all the budget on the staircase. It makes sense, but it's not bad. I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 10. Okay, so our first meal is done. First impressions aren't amazing, but they're also not terrible. And I'm super excited for the trip. I think it's time to go do our safety drill. I'm shook. I just passed by so much more food, like so many different cuisines. And I had a burger and a piece of rock hard focaccia. I missed out on so much and I'm full now. I might just have to eat there again. We'll see if we have time. This is where I had to go for my safety drill. Once again at the theater, just like last cruise. What are the odds? I guess I'm meant to be in show business. Okay, so I got turned away. You guys know, even when someone's nice, but they like tell me no about something, I feel reprimanded because I'm the victim. Basically, I was like, hi, I'm gonna do the safety drill. And she was like, do you have your card yet? And I was like, no, I haven't seen my room yet. And she was like, okay, you have to get your card and then come back. But the gag is the rooms aren't even ready yet. So I have to go to my room door, grab my key, go all the way back. And then once my room is ready, go back to my room. You got me? So we're gonna do it. Even though there's a line for the elevators, girlies know, we don't use that. Excuse me, sorry. We're going up the stairs. But this time slowly and delicately so I don't destroy myself. Whoever did this is an evil person. I'm moving it to the side. In fact, I'm gonna put it here because someone's gonna trip on that. There's real life villains in this world that are trying to make you crack your toe on an MSC cruise. Okay, so my room number is 124. Ooh, okay. This looks pleasant. Excuse me. I feel like these hallways have a lot of potential, you know? Do they look completely undecorated? Yes. But that just means you can decorate it with your excitement, you know? You can just spray your sweat everywhere like a dog. Am I ever gonna get there? I really don't think I am. I've been in this hallway for 20 years. It's been 84 years. And I can still smell the fresh MSG. So I don't think my room exists. I think it disintegrated because we have 23. I'm 24, right? It goes straight to 25. Am I just gonna live in the wall? Like Harry Potter? No, wait, Harry Potter at least had a closet like I used to. I'm literally gonna be shoved in the wall with the insulation. Girlies, I found it. It was on the other side of the boat somehow. Oh, maybe it's even numbers and odd numbers. Okay. So I'm guessing MSC stands for mathematicians surely count. What do they expect of us? I don't have a a PhD. All I need is this so I can get my safety drill done. And it's still being cleaned. Did they hear me talk about HBO? Girl, I'm embarrassed. I'm not trying to sound like a diva, even if I look like one and if I have the legacy of one. But usually cruise rooms are ready around 1 to 1:30. It's 3 and they haven't opened them. So I guess the MSC has a different timeline. That's totally fine, you know. Ooh, I almost tripped. Just because I have to shower my sweaty crack doesn't mean everyone else is in a rush. So, me? Timmy? Hi, nice to meet you. I'm good, how are you? Good. Oh, thank you so much. Do you want a picture or something quick or anything? Okay. A guy recognized me. He was so nice. Okay, so the safety drill is watching a safety video in your cabin and then dialing 881. So I hope I don't forget that. Oh, I have this footage to tell me. Past me always has my back, even though it's so hairy. So I'm just sitting here because I don't want to explore the cruise yet. I want to save that for tomorrow. And I'm just waiting for my room. So yay. It's a comfy red couch. Wasn't that a show with a clown?
At this time, the staterooms are ready. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly, we're ready. Let's go see my room. So after getting lost again, we're back. It still says cleaning in progress, but I'm assuming that's just like a leftover sign, kind of like leftover turkey after Thanksgiving. Hello? I love it. The AC is pumping. I feel like a chilly penguin from the North Pole. I have a whole family-sized couch. There's a massive mirror. Oh my goodness. I've just never seen a cruise room look this modern and futuristic. Like, I know the robots are about to take over, beep bop boop. And when they do, I think their cruise of choice is gonna be MSC. Let me show you what I just walked into. Hello, oh my goodness. Beep bop doop boop doop boop. Sorry, I'm just communicating with the room. C-3PO, Star Wars, lightsaber. Is this not super modern and chic? And look at my patio, that's a big patio. Very nice size. It could fit at least probably like 20 of me in there, like stacked up. I really like how stable the railing looks. I have been on other cruises where the railing looks kind of like weak and thin, and I really do not feel like plopping into the ocean. So let's go out. Oh, there's seagulls. There's seagulls. Oh my God, Taylor Swift 1989. Wait, did you see them? Oh. Oh, my camera, it almost fell. My phone. Look how good my Skechers look. Okay, I need some lights in here. Is this one of those rooms where like you have to put the key in to make the lights go?
Oh, it is.
Oh my gosh, I thought it was modern. Never mind. This is medieval. Ah! Oh my gosh, a jouster just poked me. It's green. Real life modern light bulbs. So here's some coat hangers. One of them's missing, but that's okay. I don't even own 3 coats. I live in Florida. There's a trash can here. It seems to be made out of metal. Okay, yeah, but it isn't like polished metal. This is like industrial kind of like steampunk metal. It kind of looks like a piece of the Titanic. Maybe that's what it is. Oh my gosh, did Jack do a drawing in there? Is that Rose's tit? Oh my God. Then we have this gorgeous table with a little chair. Oh my gosh, with little sticks for legs. Will this hold me up? Honestly, I'm not sure. Should I risk it? Oh, okay, that was a test, and my tailbone did not pass it. Isn't it weird that we have a tail? It just didn't grow out. Do you have a grown out tail? Right. And this is the closet. Oh, hold it together, girl. Okay, okay, she did. So we have this gorgeous little cubby hole, an extra blanket, some drawers, no Last of Us mold. And on this side, we have no wire hangers. And then we also have a little place for your shoes. Very nice, okay. For a cruise, this is a very big desk. And it's also a very modern color for the desk. You know, a lot of cruises go with that wooden shade that's more like a cherry oak burnt 7-Eleven taquito vibe. But this is much more sandy. And I just realized it kind of matches the carpets. The carpets do look pretty new. I can't tell though if those things are stains or if it's just like the carpet like going in a different direction. You know what I'm talking about? Oh yeah, it's just the carpet trying to go east and west at the same time. And this TV is an amazing size. A lot of cruise TVs are like the size of a microwave, but this is like the size of half of a fridge. I'm really impressed. It's by Samsung. Ooh, if I was on The Voice, the chairs would have stayed where they were. And this is the phone. This is where we have to dial 881. After the safety drill, I remembered. Past me, you're not needed here. And we have this little, what is it? Oh, you know what it is? It's like at hotels when you go and they have all those pamphlets lined up for like Busch Gardens and an alligator theme park and things like that. And I get one all to myself. Blessed day, Aunt Lydia. I'm so grateful. I brought so many pamphlets with me that I really wanted to display during these 3 days. I don't think my whole collection's gonna fit there, but it's really gonna feel like home. And this is a giant mirror. I have never seen a mirror this big on a cruise, especially one right next to the bed. That's crazy. MSC is freaky. And this headboard is so cool. It's kind of like big Jenga pieces squished together. So if I just like took one out, would it just all tumble on the people that are sleeping? Honestly, it sounds like a horrifying game. Okay, Jigsaw, and look at these lights. So we have a little reading light here, and this bulb is unlike any bulb I've ever seen. If Thomas Edison saw this, he would say, this is not what I wanted to make. I created the round one with the little strings in it that light up. I did not create this monstrosity abomination. Thomas, chill. Dust off that white wig. And this is a gorgeous painting of 2 oceanic flaps. Some people call them sea urchins. I call them flippity flaps. Why do I feel like British people probably actually call them that? Can I have a piggly wiggly and a pigs in a blanket, please? That's a British person just trying to order a hot dog. Also, this couch is surprisingly huge. I have never had a cruise couch this big in my room, ever. But is it comfy? Oh, it surprisingly is! This is definitely from Big Lots, probably. It's a little creaky, like it's in pain. I'm sorry, I had a big lunch. Now it's time for the bathroom. You girlies know. I am not picky about much, but I'm very picky when it comes to showers. I have experienced some of the worst cruise bathrooms ever. I'm looking at you, Margaritaville at Sea. And Carnival. You're a part of this too, Pennywise. So I just hope that the shower is at least a little bit spacious, and I hope it has like an actual door and not just a curtain, because you guys know when it's just a curtain, water gets everywhere. Oh! Oh my God! The shower! Look at this. What? It's a pretty good size, and we have an actual glass door, not a curtain. I mean, there's a random pipe going through the wall that might burst when I try to sit on it, but it looks really clean and new and shiny. And we have some shampoo and soap back there. And then we have a little toothbrush holder, which seems to be falling apart, but that's okay. It still looks nice enough. Pull yourself together, buddy. Oh, go back. Okay, it's fine. And then we have a CD rack here, so you can listen to your tunes while you take a dump. And the toilet looks very nice. And just in case if you miss, there's a second exit right there. So you are good to go. I have to say, I'm thoroughly impressed with this room. For the price, which is similar to Carnival's prices, this feels so much newer, nicer, and just more luxurious than the other budget cruises. So I think I'm gonna have a great time. And I still have to do my safety drill. Let's do it now. So I watched the video. It was riveting. It actually starred Kate Blanchett, and then I dialed 881, and then I went back to the safety people and they scanned me. It's a very complicated process, but I'm done. I'm gonna relax for the next 2 hours until dinner. We have a reservation. So I just bought these waters from room service. They're deliciously cold and wickedly talented. And I went to open my fridge. Girlies, it's locked. My fridge is being kept from me. Let me in. Let me in. I'm not sure why it's locked. I'll talk to the attendant person later. But yeah, maybe there's snacks in there and they heard that I'm a taste tester, world-renowned food critic, and they were like, lock it. He will eat everything. He will eat the fridge itself. It's true. It's true. So I think it's a good thing. We are officially moving. What is that building? It looks like a big pointy abstract acrylic nail. I love it. Rawr, okay. It's officially time for dinner, and we are eating at a specialty restaurant, one they have to pay for, called Butcher's something. I'm gonna find out in a second, and I'll tell you the price and everything when I get there. But I'm excited. I love butcheries, you know? I love the smell of the raw meat. So the restaurant is in a section of the ship called the Chef's Court. And as you can see, they have many different restaurants, but right now we're just focusing on Butcher's Cut. Yes, that's the name of the restaurant. It sounds aggressive. Now, I expected like a really kind of clinical setting, maybe some hooks dangling from the ceiling, some raw cows, but no, this was a very nice, elegant area. And I was seated in the entrance hallway, which, you know, they're trying to save space. I get it. I had a great view of people eating in the actual restaurant while I was outside of it, and they gave me the biggest menu I had ever seen. Girlies, it was like half of a wall, and I was able to hide behind it and be demure. I love that. And this is what they had. As you can see, they have appetizers, entrees, desserts, just like every other restaurant, and they brought me some bread and butter. So this place is stunning. They gave me bread in a sack. So there's 4 kinds of breads in here. The waiter is so nice, and he told me about each one, but I did not retain one word of what he said, not even a grain, actually. I actually did retain one thing. This is a cheese and bacon bread. Of course, I remember that one. I'm a glutton. And then this is something, and this is something, and this one definitely has yeast. And then I think he said apricot butter and then something else. Anyways, let's first try this stick. I'm just gonna dip it. Oh, the butter's very soft. It's like frosting. Tastes like extra chewy sourdough, and it's a great workout for the jaw. I'm gonna look like Squidward soon. Now the apricot butter to me kind of tastes like saltless butter with a hint of sweetness. I like my butter salty, I'm sorry. If it's not salty, it's not butter. And if an Amish person didn't churn it, I don't want it. This one, it looks like a multi-grain because I'm counting multiple grains. Get back in that sack. Stay there. That one tastes too healthy. You know, it tastes like a fresh mound of dirt. I can really taste every seed, and it's making me feel like a pigeon. I don't want to be a pigeon today. I want to be a human being. And there's also a slight fennel flavor. Like, it's kind of giving licorice, so I don't like that either. I sound so negative. I just don't like the first 2 breads. I'm sorry. What do you want? Toxic positivity? Next up, we have this one. Girl, don't even ask me what that is. I'm just gonna eat it by itself because it looks like it has enough going on in its life. Oh. You know, just give me some Wonder Bread. I'll make a sandwich. That's like a raisin, date, prune, dried fruit, constipation bread. It is very sweet, and that's all I can taste. I'm not a big fan of dried fruit. So this cheddar and bacon one better be good. Let's see. It is. I'm gonna get tons of comments saying, of course, Timmy, you only like the bacon and cheddar one. You have no taste, you have no class. And you know what? You're right. I don't have class. That's great. That tastes like a loaded baked potato mixed with like a cornbread mixture. So it has the cornbread cakiness. It's very dense actually, but it has such a strong real bacon flavor, a real cheesy saltiness and a sharpness. Delicious. I love that. So I'm very grateful that they gave me 4 different loaves. I appreciate the variety and I appreciate the generosity. I just wish that they were all good. Only one of them is, at least in my opinion. I'm gonna have to give the bread a 4 out of 10, but I'm gonna give the sack a 20. I just think that's so genius. Imagine if I emptied out the bread and I put it on my head. They would look at me like I was crazy. They would be right. This place is so, oh, that looks amazing. Thank you so much. Look what I got. It feels good. You know, the moment you thought I only liked cheddar and bacon, I order a burrata with beets. I love being unpredictable. It's exhilarating actually. But before we dig into this, I just want to say this place is gorgeous. I really love the vibe. It feels high end, but I feel like I'm not in the restaurant. I'm in the hallway. Do you see what I mean? Like I'm in the hallway. So I'm sleeping in the walls. I'm eating in the hallway. Are they embarrassed of me? This is my appetizer, the beef, not beef, the beet and burrata. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, I just burped all over my burrata. That sounds like a good band name, Burp on My Burrata. Speaking of burps, did you guys know that one time, one of my sisters, she wasn't feeling good. She was probably like 15 and she like had a stomach ache and we were watching TV. All of a sudden she gets up and she looks at my mom who's just sitting on the couch and she lets out the loudest burp. It sounded exactly like this. And then she ran to the bathroom and we know what happened, but it's such an iconic moment in my family's lore and we call it the burp moment. She can probably still taste that burp. So burrata has like a juiciness inside, right? Am I expected to eat this whole blob? Because I don't think I can take that much dairy. So it has like a creamy cottage cheese type thing in there. There's this puree here, a beet, okay, and a tomato. Ooh. Oh my goodness. I hate it so much, but I kind of want more. What in the world? What's in here? It's salt. I'm gonna add a little. Okay, so it's not terrible. The burrata tastes like fresh mozzarella with more of a cottage cheesy texture on the inside, but the outside is like fully rubbery and cheesy, you know, as it should be. So I like that simple milky dairy flavor. The beets actually don't taste that dirty. Like there's still a bit of earthiness and that's to be expected, but I think they taste a little pickled and that kind of balances out the dirt flavor. But I don't know if I even like the pickled flavor, to be honest. It's just too tart and I love pickled anything. I had a pickled egg like last month and I devoured it. I swallowed it like a snake. Like you could see it in my throat. But pickled beets to me just don't work. There's just something too sinister in the sourness. Another band name. Oh my gosh, I'm just giving them away at this point. So I get the creaminess with the sourness. I get what they're going for, but I really just don't think the balance is there. For my entree, I got the corn-fed chicken. That was the name of the item. I don't know how the chicken was able to digest anything if it just lived on corn. That's crazy. And I also got a side of onion rings, a side of mashed potatoes, and 2 sauces, chimichurri and peppercorn sauce. I gotta say, this meal looks incredible. The portion size, everything looks crisp, it smells amazing, and I know getting chicken at a butchery is basic, but it came with a lima bean succotash. You know, I know we had a lima bean earlier, but these are more authentic, and I just felt like that kind of elevated the chicken to a more interesting level. But let's try these onion rings first. Ooh. So there's 4 of them. That's about, what, 1/8 of an onion? I'm grateful. Let's see though. Oh, I liked it at first. We have some sauces. Chimichurri and Béarnaise, which is sort of like mayonnaise, but it's made by Barney's French cousin. And let's dip into the Béarnaise. No, I'm sorry, it's not Béarnaise. That's peppercorn. I almost got the Béarnaise and I was like, I can barely pronounce it and I'm gonna try to eat it. Girl, a wake up call, you know? This peppercorn sauce is amazing. Great so far. Thank you. That was a white lie. The sauce is great. And then the chimichurri. I know chimichurri is not really a dip. It's usually like put onto meat, but I think it'll taste good with an onion ring. So let's try it.
Oh my god.
Chimichurri and onion rings is a new iconic combo. When chimichurri is paired with an onion ring, it is kind of reminiscent of your classic horseradishy onion ring sauce, but it has more of a herby flavor to it. Wow, that works so well. Anyways, both sauces are amazing. The onion rings themselves are good at first, but the more you chew, the more they start to taste like oil. Not old oil, not rancid oil, just oil. So it isn't disgusting. It's just too oily for me. Like the oil has soaked through and they're quite soggy because of that. You can kind of see it. And it does have the classic onion ring flavor, but the oil kind of almost waters that flavor down, you know? I'm gonna give them a 4. And now the mashed potato, it's not just any old potato though. Wait, it had a special name. It's Yukon Gold Mash. Nutmeg, you keep making cameos in my video. Okay, it has issues, but it's enjoyable. That's what people say when they watch my videos. He has a stutter, he has dry eye, he has male pattern baldness, and he's only 5'7", but we love him anyways. There's a strong nutmeg flavor that really works with the natural potato essence. It's also very buttery, honestly perfectly salted, and they do have a creamy flavor to them, but the texture is the issue here. For some reason, it has the texture of cauliflower mash. When people enjoy cauliflower, I applaud them. I like a good roasted cauliflower, but when people try to disguise cauliflower as some form of potato or rice, to me that's just devious and dishonest. It's never as good, and the girlies that say it's as good as potatoes are lying through their teeth, which probably have little pieces of cauliflower stuck in them. Girl floss. The texture's just not doing it for me. It's kind of grainy and slightly watery, but I do really like the flavor, so I'm gonna give it a nice 6 out of 10. Am I supposed to eat it with a spoon? I think that's a serving spoon. Now this lima bean succotash. So a succotash is kind of like either corn or lima beans or something like that with like little peppers and carrots and things like that, right? I'm not a succotash expert. Let's see. I kind of like the flavor. They don't really taste like your typical lima beans. They have more of just like a white bean flavor to them. So it's much more simple and less polarizing because lima beans are very polarizing. Some people don't even see them as a bean, which is obviously wrong. You are invalidating them as beans, but I kind of get it because they don't typically taste like your bean family. But here, they do. Now, I have to say, they might be a little undercooked or something because they're a little tough and grainy. It just tastes like a good undercooked bean in chicken juice. So 6 out of 10, yeah. Now it's time for this mamacita, the main pollo in town. Oh my gosh, I felt like a father on Thanksgiving. Dads love to carve the turkeys, don't they? Oh my goodness, let me add some peppercorn sauce. Oh, let go. Wow. I know that roasted chickens are roasted chickens. They typically taste the same. It's like, whatever, you know, like it's a roasted chicken. But when a roasted chicken is done perfectly, it can really taste incredible. And that's what's happening here. This is the juiciest cruise chicken I've ever had in my life. And the skin is so incredibly seasoned. It's actually even a little spicy. There must be some red pepper flakes or something because my lips are tingling. And it just really has the classic herb chicken seasoning blend, but like double that. You just... Did you hear that? It just has such a concentrated roasted chicken flavor with the perfect amount of moisture. It's a full slay, and with the sauce is incredible. That's a 10 out of 10. And last but not least, for my dessert, I got the pistachio chocolate creme brulee. Hello? Who goes there? Girlies, I feel like a colonial woman on the wing of a plane because I bought the Wi-Fi on this cruise, okay? It was over $100 for 2 devices at their highest speed. And you guys know I'm a boss business brand. I run a YouTube channel, an empire, if you will, and I have to stay up to date. But this is the worst cruise Wi-Fi I've ever had. It's their streaming Wi-Fi, yet I can't stream YouTube. I can't go on social media. And now I'm trying to text my loved ones, who I do love less than food, but I still love them so much. And the texts are not going through. They just stopped about 15 minutes ago. So that's making me a little uneasy, especially because I paid so much money. But anyways, this is a chocolate pistachio creme brulee. Now, it reminds me of the viral Dubai chocolates that everyone's been eating. I haven't tried them, but I see these people with these massive chocolate bars and they take these huge bites and they're like, and they slurp it up. How do you even slurp chocolate? Unless if it's melted. It's not even melted, sis. Let's get a piece of this cookie thingy and some chocolate and pistachio cream. Ooh. That's exactly what I thought it would taste like. This is the Dubai chocolate of my dreams. I know I'm not allowed to visit Dubai, but my goodness, do they make good chocolate. That's truly phenomenal. There's a thin layer of chocolate ganache on the bottom. It's very rich, but it's so thin that it works. It adds the perfect amount of richness to this pistachio cream that is so light in sweetness and in texture. It's like so easy to devour. I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10. So listen, even if the sides didn't slay, I loved the chicken and I adored the dessert. Mariah? Ariana? Someone's doing a whistle note and it's not on key. Girl, there is a whistling wind sound in my room. Wait. I'm harmonizing. Well, that was kind of good. It's time for me to take a shower in this gorgeous glass dungeon. I hope I don't trip on that pipe. Because if it bursts, girl, the people pleaser in me will say, can I pay for it? You know, let me just write you a check, MSC. How do I spell that? MSC. Okay. I guess I just pull this cube. Oh, yes, there we go. Oh, it smells a little musty. You know, as long as the water's hot, I'm grateful. So, okay. Very nice pressure, especially because it's coming from a tank, right? That's where cruise water comes from. They don't just suction it from the ocean. Oh, hey girlies. So I'm staying far away because I took my BB cream off and I don't want you to see my giant pores. If my face was a movie, it would be holes. Daddy, I'm tired of this. Well, that's too bad. I gotta be honest, that shower was quite fantastic. It was pretty small, but I did not feel squished like I have in other cruise showers. The water pressure was perfect. The heat was perfect. Showering was an enjoyable experience, and that's rare to say on a cruise. So if only every pirate could experience this kind of shower, I think they would be happier people. They would probably do less thievery, you know? Let's test out the bed. So far it seems comfy, but I have not gotten into it. Oh, the mic, sorry. You know, it's a little firm. I think it could be a little softer, but so far it seems good. I had a great first day. I am really enjoying this cruise. I think the food has been hit or miss so far, but I'll say it again. The fact that it's almost the same price as Carnival and like everything's a lot nicer is really a goop. I think that Gwyneth would say, can I make a candle that smells like MSG? Good night, Mariah. Good night, Ari. You're green. I am. You're watching Whales Takeout. Girlies, I slept really good. I gotta be honest. Do I have a booger? No, it's just my nostril. Every time I see the inner caves of my nostril, I always assume booger. I never give them the benefit of the doubt. So I slept really good. This bed is pretty comfy. The pillow's great. The blankets are great. The AC was pumping. I think that King Triton was like, here's an extra breeze. Oh, and I was like, oh, thanks, Daddy. Here's an extra squeeze on those big pecs. My only complaint is that Mariah and Ariana sang all night. Now, I'm pretty sure Mariah lip sank, so she's fine, but I'm worried about Ariana's voice. Can someone get her a Ricola? I know you're thinking, Timmy, it looks like you've been crying. The truth is, I have. I'm just kidding. I'm having a great time. Did I trick you? If I look like I was tearing up, it's because I have dry eye and I just put drops in. Look, you wanna watch? Oh, the sand is disappearing. The hydration is entering my cornea. So this is my OOTD. Can you see it? What do we think? What do we think? This is the iconic shirt that I got from Target, but it looks like a Walmart logo. So I call it Eat Fresh, Low Prices, Target. And I got these shorts from Amazon, not Target, for the first time. They're a bit baggier than my typical like shorts that I wear, but they're so comfy. And they're a little shorter so I can show off more of my knee, which is forbidden in Amish culture. But you guys know I broke Amish. And now my knees are free to tempt. King Triton, I know I squeezed your pec too hard earlier, but look at my knee. Look at it. Look. It is time for breakfast. We're gonna go to the breakfast buffet and then we're gonna explore the whole ship. And it seems to be a very big ship, so that's gonna take up a big chunk of our day. And then for lunch, we're eating at a reserved place. Ooh. And for dinner, we're having room service. So it's gonna be a fun-filled day. And then tomorrow we have more surprises in store. I'm excited. So I arrived to the breakfast buffet and it was a little bit less packed than the day before, so I was able to film more of the options, but I did forget to film my actual plate close-up, so I'm so sorry about that.
Timmy, this is your job. Take it seriously.
I know, I'm sorry. So I feel a little bit awkward. I think it's because this bench is super high and the table's super low. I'm already insecure about the fact that I have a long torso and very short, tiny legs. This is making my insecurity worse. I feel like my torso's stretching as we speak. And I know there's a surgery to elongate your legs, but girlies, mama's saving up for a BBL first. Crisco test? No. So let me hunch over. Ding dong, Quasimodo. Let's first try these scrambled eggs. They look good, but I don't want to get my hopes up. Dang flabbit. Oh my gosh, I'm shocked that those are so good. Usually, cruise buffet eggs are the most powdered. In fact, chickens that lay powdered eggs do not hatch them in a shell. They just kind of open up and it goes... Ew, my mic landed on the dirty floor full of tourist bacteria and flip-flop germs. It's okay. My gosh, that chicken must have been holding in a lot of pressure. These eggs are so creamy. They truly taste freshly made, but not just freshly made. They taste like sit-down restaurant scrambled eggs. Very buttery, salted, and they just taste real. I'm giving those a 10 out of 10. Now the bacon. Hickory smoked. Okay. You know, let's start with the negatives. There's only one. This is very greasy bacon. I can tell it was cooked in a skillet, and when bacon is cooked in a skillet, it just kind of cooks in its own grease. I prefer to make my bacon in the microwave. This is not sponsored by microwave. You lay paper towels down, and then you put the bacon, and then you put more paper towels, and then you just cook it till it's done, and the paper towels soak in all that grease, so the bacon comes out crispy and a little dry, but like in a good way, you know? It doesn't need Nivea, it doesn't need Aveeno. So that is this bacon's only flaw. You're gorgeous, sweetie. It isn't too thin cut. A lot of times buffets serve really thin bacon just to save money, and it's like eating pig parchment. This is perfectly thick. There's a nice crunch to it, but still a bit of chewiness, and it has such a smoky flavor, stronger than your typical bacon smokiness, and there's also a slight apple vibe and a sweetness, which I'm loving. It's really good bacon. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Is this breakfast buffet gonna be actually good? What is happening in this dimension? Now, this is the ranchera enchiladas, and it seems to have beans, flour tortilla, peppers, cheese, and some sort of sauce. Oh, it's a little salty, but it's not bad. The tortillas are a little gummy, and I think that's because they use flour tortillas. I prefer corn tortillas when I'm eating enchiladas, just because corn kind of breaks apart easily when it gets soft, whereas flour kind of stretches like Mrs. Incredible. Remember when she turned into a big balloon to save her family? And the filling tastes like refried beans mixed with whole beans. I appreciate that because it's not just like a mushy texture. We have some full bean bites in there. And I think the beans are the main flavor. I'm not really tasting the sauciness that it looks like it has on top of it. I'm just tasting really salty beans. It's just a little too much and there's nothing to balance that out. If they added some sour cream maybe, or some sort of a pickle, something sour, it's a bean and a soggy tortilla. I'm gonna give that a 5 out of 10, yeah. Next up we have this hash brown. I don't know why, but hash browns are more delicious when they're round. Slap my huevos and call me ranchero. That is a perfect hash brown. It tastes more special than your typical frozen hash brown. It is more thick and it has a slight oniony flavor, which I always welcome in a hash brown. I think it really elevates it. And also there's a slight creaminess. It actually reminds me of the hash brown from the Disney Cruise buffet. It is just hearty and it's so crispy on the outside. Perfect hash brown, 10 out of 10. Okay, next up we have the sausage and gravy with a blob of spinach. You know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And if it's not fixed, don't break it. That's the multiversal version of that saying. Who decided to add a blob of spinach to my biscuits and gravy? Biscuits and gravy are perfect the way they are. They don't need nutrition. You know who it was? Popeyes. That one-eyed man with his big, weird forearms. So let's get a little piece of sausage. I love that this comes in its own little plate, like its own little dish. Let's get some biscuit. Oh my goodness. The focaccia returns. I really really judged a book by its spinach. That is fantastic. The spinach, to be honest, kind of makes the gravy taste more like a pasta for some reason, like an Alfredo. So I could do without it, but it's not terrible. And the gravy itself is fantastic when it's not with the spinach. It tastes like a classic pork flavored gravy, and it's not turning gelatinous. A lot of gravies turn gelatinous. This one is still nice and soupy, and the sausage is so good. You guys know I'm very picky about my breakfast sausage. When it has that kind of cartilage nose ear texture, I can't do it. I don't care if it can smell me or hear me. I like a sausage with more of a ground beef texture to it, just simple meatiness, and that's what this has, and it goes so well with the biscuit. Now, the biscuit is extremely dry, but it has such a nice, unique biscuit flavor. It reminds me of a drop biscuit or like a Cheddar Bay biscuit from Red Lobster without the cheddar. So it's not cheesy, but it has that kind of more so cakey texture and like more of a fresh bread flavor. So I really enjoyed that biscuits and gravy. I'm gonna have to give it an 8 out of 10. Last item, this is dessert. We have a cheese bliss with berry compote. Now, I don't know what a bliss is. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna attempt to make me feel bliss, but that's not a guarantee that I actually will. If it's not good, I'm gonna feel horror, terror, drama. It looks to me like a filled crepe or something. And what kind of cheese is this? Mozzarella, gorgonzola, brie, Larson? Let's see. Oh my God, wow. I didn't just feel bliss, I felt love, which transcends space and time and can travel through time and also black holes, according to Interstellar. Murph, it's love, Murph, it's love. I love that movie. I just transcended time again. That was incredible. The cheese definitely wasn't mozzarella. It was some sort of a whipped cheesecake filling that was perfectly sweet, perfectly creamy, and also perfectly light. There was a lot of air in there, so I didn't feel super like heavy eating it. It wasn't too much. And then the crepe thing was sort of like a crepe, but it had a bit more of a cakey texture. It was like a crepe pancake. It was a pan crepe. I love that. And then the berry compote was light, fresh, juicy, and it was just incredible. I adored that. That's a 10 out of 10. So I have to say, MSC has one of the best breakfast buffets I've ever had. I said it twice, I'll say it again. This is almost the same price point as Carnival and Margaritaville at Sea. Yet a lot of the stuff here is better than those two. For a budget cruise, it's incredible. I'm shook. So let's hope that the food keeps on going on this trajectory. Up, up. It is time to explore the whole ship from, I think, the bottom to the top. Like I said, there's 20 floors. So I think this might be the day that my Skechers give up and they walk away. So I'm currently on 10. We have all this to look through. I think we're starting from number 4. Well, that's the medical center. I don't want to disrupt the sounds of stethoscopes and Meredith Grey saying, Derek! So let's start at 5. So I decided to take the elevator just this once, just to show you guys what it's like, and I was shook. They have a new kind of technology. It's basically vibranium. You click your floor beforehand, and then it gives you a number and a wait time, and then you just take the elevator that it tells you to take. And then once you're in the elevator, there's no buttons. Like, you don't press the floor. It is pre-pressed by your past finger. So this is the 5th floor. Every floor has a mirror number, so they're embracing narcissism. I'm here for it. But the 5th floor basically has the main lobby. This is the bar that we saw when we walked in, where my friend waved to me. And they also have like a customer service type of situation here, and also very fast elevators. Now, this is Central Park, one of the main dining restaurants. This is the type of restaurant where they probably seat you with strangers. So I'm skipping it, naturally. Open this leaf first. Girl, that's so forward. This is the MSC Future Cruise area where you can plan your future. And this is me once again stepping on stairs that I belong on. I don't think that made grammatical sense. Ew, I wanted to stay on the crystals. Next up, we got the 6th floor, Satan's favorite. And this is another main dining restaurant. And this one is called Tribeca. I don't know who Becca is, but there's 3 of her. And this is the same lobby, but from the 6th floor, they have excursions if you want to plan some island stuff. And this bar called Shine Bar. They named it after Edward's skin. And this is a little area where you can take a professional photo shoot on the diamond stairs. Guys, I should have gotten it done. And here we have a statue of... What is that? What is that? It looks like a hand, but also a snail. Now, this area seems to be like some sort of a mall type of vibe. They have some stores. They also have this sweets place called, wait, what's it called? Venti. Isn't that a Starbucks large? No. A medium. They have little chocolates and petit fours and just little pastries. They also have these delicious looking chairs that look like ice cream sandwiches. Oh my gosh, girlies, I got a new hat. You like it? Have you ever had an ice cream hat? Was it creamy? Right. They also had this gorgeous hanging chandelier made of Swedish fish, one of the best candies, and this store called Fine Watches. I heard they were just okay, they were fine. And also some Dolce & Gabbana purses and Dolce de Leche backpacks. And then I went up to the 7th floor. And the 7th floor has the Madison Theater. So I came here briefly for my safety drill, but I didn't get to go inside. Guys, it was open and there was no one there. So I decided to have my moment. Oh, thank you for the roses. Thank you so much. And look who it is, the Statue of Liberty. You're green. They also had another bar called the Champagne Bar, and they have random grapes if you want to step on them. And this is yet another main dining restaurant called 5th Avenue. So I'm guessing all these main dining restaurants are New York themed, right? And here we have Susan's Horn from Narnia and this extremely futuristic hallway. I love how it glistens. I love how it shines. I had to twirl like a bald-headed mime. Oh, okay, that worked. They also had half of a hot air balloon. I don't know where the other half went. It must have floated away. And this area was super cool. It's really giving like Italian city, but it's still in New York. Apparently, it's the Manhattan restaurant. Oh my God, was her father a pigeon? Is she Narnian? What's going on? Le Cabaret Rouge. So I'm guessing this is like a little bar, little lounge vibe, you know, and they have a bunch of drawings and paintings. Oh my gosh, we have chunks of lipstick on the wall. Come on, Mac. Felicia Malete, Lark NCL, Glycerin Toothpaste, Tivolo, Wax Hall, Ball de Nut. Oh my, who's waxing that? MSC is taunting me. They know that I still don't know how to ride a bike. I never learned. I fell once and I never got back up. Why am I being punished for that? We are now on deck 8, and as you can see, they have some of the main restaurants like teppanyaki. This is a specialty one. I didn't eat here because you have to sit with other people, and this is the wine cellar. So if you're into classy things like tasting wine, sniffing wine, swishing it around in the glass to act like you're above everyone else, this is for you. And this is the MSC shop, so I'm guessing you can get all of your essentials here like deodorant, toothpaste, and an MSC Barbie. Okay. Dear Santa, all I want for Christmas is the MSC Barbie. And another picture of the Statue of Liberty, but she looks a little different. You're gray. And this is the gym. We have a mannequin. Yes, sis, work that confident stance. This gym was surprisingly huge. I think it's the biggest cruise gym I've ever seen, and it's really fierce. They have so many machines. It is time to pause the tour so that we can have lunch. We're gonna finish the tour right after this meal, I promise. But we are eating at Hola Tacos and Cantina. So this is a little Mexican restaurant on board, and it's a specialty restaurant, so you have to pay for it. But guys, the price wasn't bad at all. It was $25 basically, all you can eat.
Hola, it's me, Dora. I shaved my bob off. Can you say gout? In English, that means I ate 60 turkey pepperonis and my toe swelled up like a balloon. So I like the vibe of this place, even though it's part of the lobby. There's some decor that makes it feel like its own little place, you know? And it's called Hola, which is kind of funny because in English, it would just be, hey. So let's try this guac and chips. By the way, guys, all you can eat for $25? That's kind of fierce. I am liking the format. Ooh. What is this? I thought it was a paintbrush. I don't know what's going on with this napkin, though. It's see-through. Are you mad? I am your daughter. The Others with Nicole Kidman. Great movie. This guac is nice. Thank you so much. Here, let me move this. Sorry. That's perfect. Thank you. Ooh, my tacos are here already. And they smell amazing, but let's talk about the guac. So the chips are good. I can tell they're from a bag and they're not freshly fried. That's fine. I'm not expecting them to have a fryer in the lobby. It'll get way too smoky in here. The oil would pop at the guests. They taste like decent packaged chips. They could use some more salt though, but they're nice. Now the guacamole to me is okay. Girl, but it's a little loose. And I'm resisting making a stool joke currently because we're eating and you guys get upset when I do that. So we're not going to talk about your mother's loose stool. But it's kind of drippy. It doesn't have that thickness and richness that guacamole is supposed to have. And it is very limey and it has a strong onion flavor. But those are the only two things it has going on, to be honest. I'm not tasting that many seasonings. I'm not tasting jalapeno. So I'm gonna have to give it a 5 out of 10, but it's still enjoyable, you know?
The 3 tacos I chose were chili con carne, and I think a pork carnita chipotle moment, and then a barbacoa taco as well.
Now, I know it looks like we're docked. We are docked. We are docked at Nassau, and I'm not debarking. Because first of all, I've never barked. I'm not a dog. But also because I've been to Nassau many times, and I literally just stay in the little shopping area because I'm too scared to venture out. Sometimes I wish I was an adventurous person. I wish I was one of those people that like rents a motorcycle on the island and just drives around anywhere. But I've just realized I'm not that person. I'm a proud coward. My 2 idols are Courage and the lion from Wizard of Oz. But tomorrow we are going to MSC's private island, so get excited. Okay, so let's try these tacos. First up, let's do the chili con carne. So let's just get real. This is ground beef with some chili powder. Like, congratulations. And it's kind of breaking apart. It's in a crunchy shell. It has guacamole, peppers, pico de gallo, cheese, sour cream, and lettuce. Okay. How is this even gonna help me? It isn't absorbing anything. So I made a bit of a mess, but life is a mess. Embrace it, be the mess. So that was very nice. Does it taste like any taco I've made at home with a packet of Old El Paso seasoning? Yes. Yes, it does. But that doesn't mean it's not delicious and not worthy. The crunchy shell, I have to say, tastes really fresh, really crispy, a lot fresher than those chips. The beef itself is a tiny bit spicier than your typical homemade seasoned taco meat, but I feel like it has actually a little less flavor than that. So it has more spiciness, less flavor, if that makes sense. But it's not bad at all. And it tastes like they did cook it here, so they can cook ground beef in the lobby, but not chips? What is going on? Love the cheese. I can tell it's freshly shredded, it's salty, and I love the sour cream, the veggies, all very fresh. It's just basic, you know, but good. So I'm gonna give it a nice 6.5 out of 10. I feel like I have sour cream on my face. Do I? Hold on. Oh, who is that? I think I've seen him on YouTube before. He's much more handsome in person. Oh, would it be crazy to ask for his number? He would never be with me. Next up, we have the pork carnita taco. It seems to have some sort of an orangey salsa on it, some black beans, corn, tomato, and cilantro. A bean fell into my Sketcher. I'm not even joking. Oh, that's spicy. Legit. Those carnitas are incredible. I swear. It tastes almost like a real street taco. Not that I've had authentic ones, but I've had some food truck ones and they taste like this. The pork is really, really tender and it has this really strong cumin flavor. I'm not the biggest cumin fan just because sometimes if you add too much, it tastes like an armpit and I don't feel like pretending that I'm a secret deodorant, but this just has the perfect amount. It's very strong, but it doesn't take over. And there's also a very strong garlic flavor, and that salsa is like a spicy chipotle pepper and adobo sauce, kind of tomatoey. Ooh, I spit. Tomatoey sauce that is just incredible. And all the toppings taste really crunchy and fresh. Adore it. 10 out of 10. Ooh, now we have barbacoa. It has these pickled cabbage. Ooh, it had these pickled cabbage pieces on it. Oh my God. Wow, I love Ola. Oh, it's so good. Yes, thank you so much. I'm sorry about the mess, I got cut everywhere. This is fantastic barbacoa. Once again, super tender, just like the pork. It did not have an ounce of fat. And it had this really strong kind of like acidic chili powder, salty, almost like beef broth flavor. I know it's beef, but it tasted more like beef broth than usual. And a slight wine flavor too in the background. Incredible. And then the pickled cabbage was like nice and sweet, actually very sweet. And it really went so well with the spicy barbacoa. Another 10 out of 10. So guys, if you come here, do not get the basic ground beef taco. Get like the street taco type of tacos. So much better.
I also got a chicken tortilla soup because it's all you can eat, girlies, and we need to seize the opportunity.
Visually, this looks so flavorful. It kind of looks like pozole. So when I was growing up, I lived in New Mexico. Yes, I've lived in Florida, New Mexico, Kenya. I've lived 1,000 lives, and you can tell by my gray hair right in my beard right here. And I used to love this soup called pozole. It was this really comforting, brothy, spicy soup with these little things in it that kind of looked like corn, but also kind of looked like molars. I forget the name, but they're delicious. Dentists love them. Anyways, this looks a lot like it, but instead it has beans and chicken and corn. So, a bone. Let me make a wish. I wish that I didn't choke on this bone. It came true. That is good. It's not great. So it tastes totally fresh, not canned, which is great news. The chicken is perfectly shredded and soft. The beans are nice and soft also. And I love that they put so many tortilla strips. I hate when I order a chicken tortilla soup and it's all chicken, no tortilla. That is the scam of the century. And so many restaurants do it, but they gave me tons here. Love that. I will say the broth is the issue here. It does have a nice, slightly sweet, smoky chipotle flavor to it, but I think it needs some more. Oh, it's all great so far, yeah. Thank you. But I think it's missing richness. I think that if they took this flavor and just added more of it, just like more concentration. I'm concentrating. It would taste a lot better, but I think it's just a little watered down, and that's the main issue here. So I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10, but not bad. For dessert, I got a Mexican flan, and I forgot to take a close-up video of it once again. So I'm so sorry about this shaky, disgusting cinematography. I'm going in. Oh my God, we're stuck. Oh my goodness. So of course you guys know I'm half Cuban, which makes me a flan expert. Now I've only had Cuban flan. Well, half of me has. I've never had Mexican flan. To be honest, they taste the same. At least this one does. This is very creamy, amazing texture. It has the perfect amount of milkiness, the perfect amount of sweetness, and it has a strong vanilla flavor. But you guys saw, I was not happy when I took my first bite. And that's because I've said this before on my channel. I'll say it probably a billion more times because this is a big issue in the world. This tastes like a fridge. And by that, I mean it tastes like it's been stored in a fridge and it's soaked in other flavors. You can just taste other food within the flan. It's almost like it's stuffed, but with a foul smell. Do you get me? It doesn't taste rotten. I can just taste casseroles and crostinis and different things, you know? And it really ruined the dessert for me. Otherwise, it would have been a perfect flan. But I gotta say, it's not it. So I'm gonna have to give it a 3 out of 10. Otherwise, though, I had a great meal. I loved the tacos so much. So definitely recommend. Hello. It is time to continue our tour of the seashore. Sally Sifted Seashells by the Seashore. Who's Sifty? And how did I mess up a tongue twister before even saying it? So I realized that decks 9 to 15 were all just cabins. Oh, okay. So of course we're skipping those. I started walking up the stairs and then I remembered my overheated, moist moment the other day. And I thought to myself, you know what? Let me embrace the future. Let me take the elevator. And that's what I did. I changed history that day. This deck has the iconic Marketplace buffet. And they also have a sky bar, which is a bar that is basically up high in the sky, but it's actually not really even in the sky. I don't think we're even that close to the ozone. So I don't feel like that name is that accurate. And there's a bridge called Bridge of Sighs. Oh my God. I'm not sure why, but the bridge sounds annoyed. And it's also made of glass, which is kind of terrifying. Oh, girl. Go back to nature, girl. Hey, Carnival. Pennywise, how many balloon animals can you make? Now, this is super cool, but you won't really be able to see it. This is the Jungle Pool Lounge. It's like one of the main pools, and it's so themed. It looks like a jungle. There's tons of fake trees and stuff, but there were a lot of people, so I couldn't show you up close. Now, this is the MSC Yacht Club exclusively for the yacht people. I didn't even want to go in there at all, I promise. Like, it looked really disgusting, and they're actually like, I was not jealous at all. In fact, I really like being a Bella. This is the 18th deck. Now this deck is very like gamer. Like if you're into, you know, Fortnite, I think you'll really have a fun time here, bro. There's like ping pong tables. There's also foosball tables. It's super foolish. Also, there's a pool table if you want to take a little dip, and there is a shuffleboard table covered in sand. I don't know if there was supposed to be or if the cast of Dune showed up, but it was really coded. And this is a massive Lego man. I don't know why he's here. There's no Lego store on board, but he had very soft hands. And oh, the popular girls. Hey!
honestly, that was the ugliest skirt I've ever seen in my life. Now, this is called Hall of Games. It's basically a Dave & Buster's on board. And this is sort of like a water park type of situation. It was hard to film in here as well, but here's some slides, very fun. And this is the top 19 exclusive solarium if you want to look at the planets, I guess. And it's only for Aurea guests. Once again, I'm really not jealous, I promise.
Girl, it stinks. All that diarrhea, my goodness.
Then I went up to deck 19 and they have some sort of a basketball court, and they also have this big tube thingy. What is this thing called? It's on every ship. It was on the Titanic. It probably still is way down below. Well, I think that's it, guys. The top 2 floors are kind of hard to navigate because it's like different decks and they have like little stairs on like either side of the boat. It's confusing, but I think I saw mostly everything. This is a big mama ship. Okay, girlies, it's been a couple hours. I have been editing like no other editor has ever edited on this planet Earth. I've been working hard. And guess what? That made mama hungry. So it's time to order room service for dinner. Now we have one issue. I can't find the menu. There's no physical menu in the room. I cannot find it on the app. It's nowhere to be found, but there's a room service button on the phone. I know that because I ordered my 6 geyser waters, fresh from Yellowstone's geyser. Basically, I know they have food. So I have to call up and say, what do you got? Can you read out the whole menu for me, sis? So I'm gonna get that over with now, and you'll see me when I have food, hopefully. And just to clarify, I do know there's a breakfast room service ordering thingy for the mornings. I'm talking about the main all-day room service. I can't find that. Anyways, I'm gonna fill this out and have room service again tomorrow morning for sure. Okay, so I have an update. I'm upset. Jenga pieces fall on me. Oh, I look kind of cute. I am very upset because I keep trying to call the room service number and a little thing pops up on the phone screen that says office busy. And I've been trying for about 20 minutes. So maybe they're not taking room service orders at this time. Maybe there's no all day menu. I don't know. And I don't really have a backup plan for dinner. Well, okay, we have 2 options. One of them is eating in the main dining room. I would probably be seated with strangers, very awkward. I don't really feel like doing that. I just don't want to have to communicate the fact that I'm a vlogger and all those different questions. Esme? And the other option is the buffet again. Would you hate me if I went again? Is that too much buffet in one video? I just feel like I barely tried any of their options. I didn't even know there were so many other sections of the buffet. So I'm like, maybe this is fate. Maybe the big man upstairs wants me to go back to the all-you-can-eat buffet so I can stuff my face again. So I think that's what we're gonna go do. We are back again. And they weren't opened when I arrived, so I decided to show you all the different stations, even though they were all covered up, and there was a man hiding behind one of the curtains. Sir, we can see you. So we just passed by the Carvery and Destinations, and now we got farm greens, we got soup and pasta, artisanal pizza. Girl, it's probably frozen. Fruit Carvery, I'm so sorry. Fruit Carvery, international corner, cold cuts and cheeses, and a dessert area, and they also have a bar, and there were probably more, but it was so big and so vast, I did what I could. And this is what I got. I got a steak Diane. I also got a chicken chimichanga, a deep fried plantain, some meatballs, and this gorgeous lentil dish.
The buffet is so much more empty. Everyone is calmer. The food smells amazing. Life is good. There's a lot to be grateful for. I'm grateful for the steak Diane. I've never had a steak Diane. What even is it? Oh, wait. Are you telling me the steak is made by Diane Keaton? Are you telling me the steak is made by the father of the bride's wife? Are you telling me this is made by a First Wives Club member? Probably a VIP one, of course. That's crazy. I'm a big fan of her blunt bang. A true legend. Anyways, let's try her cooking. Crisco check. Honestly, there's a hint of canola. I'm not even joking. So, it seems to be very cooked. What? I love the flavor. I really do. It tastes like a Salisbury steak without the Salisbury. It's like if it wasn't ground up and it was just a whole piece of cow. It has that same oniony beef gravy flavor to it, and it also has the seared flavor to it as well that is underneath the gravy that's adding levels and layers like an onion. So I love the flavor. I have to say though, it's a little overcooked, so it's very tough, but there's also a lot of tendons and loins throughout it. Diane really seems like such a put together person. I would think she would try to like trim those those pieces off, but I guess that she wanted to change it up and get a little crazy, so she left those in, and I did not appreciate that, Diane. You know, I was thinking about getting a blunt bang in honor of you, just to look like one of my idols, but I don't think I want to be like you anymore. Fantastic flavor, bad texture. I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. Next up, we have this. So I think this is a deep fried plantain. You guys know I am half Cuban, but it's like breaded. I've never had a breaded plantain that's so different. I love that. Oh, I got the chills in a good way for once. They're on my eyebrow. They're on my Achilles tendon. That is the sweetest sweet plantain I've ever had. It's so good. It is perfectly cooked, so it's not too mushy, and it still has a slight bite to it. And the breading, for some reason, makes it taste like a dessert, almost like a fried Oreo or a fried Twinkie. It has that same richness and that crunch. That is fantastic. That's a 10 out of 10, a slay. Next up, we have these meatballs. Now, I would call Giada, but I don't have a signal. Sis, you can see this afterwards. I'm sorry you missed out. Keep on eating your bucatini. Oh, that's tough. Wow. Interesting. Listen, those are tough for meatballs, but I don't think they're even meatballs. Well, they are, but they're different. These meatballs taste like massive chunks of pizza sausage. If you like pizza sausage, you would love these meatballs. It has that strong fennel flavor, that saltiness, and with the marinara and the mozzarella, it really pops, and they're slightly sweet. And so because they're so flavorful and they're so delicious, I do not mind the toughness at all. I'm giving those a 10 out of 10. Incredible flavor. Wow. Next up, we have this lentil dish. I forget the name. And, oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. You can, don't worry. Oh, it's fine. It's fine, you guys. I feel so awkward.
I feel so awkward right now.
It's okay. Let's move on. So this is a lentil dish. I saw the name over there. I forgot it. And because I'm an uncultured swine, I probably would have pronounced it wrong anyway. So maybe it's a good thing I forgot it. I love lentils though. And I love any kind of like Indian dishes. So let's try it. Okay. It's good. You know what? It needs this little jar of salt. It's better. You know what? Once I added the salt, it came to life. This is my very own Frankenstein. The rice, once again, is perfectly cooked, very fresh tasting. And the lentils have a nice, slight curry flavor to them, like a garam masala vibe, but they were missing salt. So once I added that, it helped. Plus, I think they're also missing some sort of a sourness, like a tartness, like a vinegar vibe or a tomatoey acidicness, something like that. But otherwise, very nice, very delicious. Last but not least, we have this chimichanga. This has been a pretty good plate. I think it's a chicken chimichanga, and it has some pico de gallo right on top. Now that is simple perfection. So good. This might be one of the best cruise buffets ever. I just keep getting more and more impressed by MSG. That is such a crispy chimichanga. It's not greasy on the outside. The inside tortilla still feels a little bit fluffy, in fact, and it has that golden brown flavor. And then the chicken on the inside is like the only filling, but it really works because it's such a delicious chicken. It's tomatoey. It kind of reminds me of like a chicken tinga. So it has some Mexican spices and it was perfectly salty. And then the little bit of pico added a bit of freshness.
Fantastic. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna give the chimichanga a 10 out of 10.
For my dessert, I got a caramel cake, a cream puff, and a watermelon cake as well.
Let's try the cream puff first. I haven't had a cream puff in a while. It's chocolate. Oh my word. The real reason why I haven't had a cream puff in so long is because I don't really like cream puffs. To me, the puff itself always feels a little dry, and the cream is always a little plain, but not this one. This cream puff is like soft, and it's filled with a chocolate mousse that has such a rich flavor. It's very sweet, but it really balances out that kind of plain cream puff, you know? Now, there's a thick chocolate ganache, which I didn't love. I left most of it behind, like that movie with Kirk Cameron where people disappear and they just leave a pile of clothes. You don't know how much that scared me back in the day. I thought I was gonna come home to piles of Walmart clothes, Target clothes, Mama, Papa. I thought I was gonna be left behind. So thanks a lot, Kirk Cameron. You guys know I don't like to be mean on my channel, but he's not a very nice person. Anyways, why am I talking about Kirk Cameron? I'm gonna give the cream puff a very strong 8. It would have been 10 without that weird ganache. Now let's try this. It looks like a watermelon theme, does it not? Wow, there is a subtle watermelon flavor. It's very subtle though. It mainly just tastes like a really classic, very moist cake, but it's not too sweet. And the icing is in a very thin layer. And then that gel on top, I think that's where the watermelon vibe is coming from. If only they added chocolate chips, it would have just really made the theme that much better. Why don't people think about these things? Mr. MSC, do better. But it's still delicious. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Now, this is a dulce de leche brick. That's what the label said. Oh my goodness. If I eat all the desserts, I'm gonna get a stomachache. I have to stop myself. I have to. Oh, I'm spitting up. You know what? So be it then. I brought Pepsi AC. I'm ready for a battle. That is incredible. That's my favorite. That is like the most simple plain vanilla cake, but the thick layer of pure caramel on top really is exhilarating to eat. It is so rich without being icky sweet. And it has this like crunchy stuff on top, almost like granulated sugar or something like that. That adds a really interesting texture and a slight cinnamon flavor too. Maybe it's cinnamon sugar. So that really changes up the caramel vibe and just makes it feel extra, you know? 10 out of 10 for that. Okay. What a fantastic dinner. Room service could never. I'm glad that we didn't get room service. I'm glad they didn't answer my calls, but tomorrow morning we are still trying it, so yay. It's day 3. This is the OOTD. I'm wearing my shorts, I think from Target, and they are covered in a ridiculous amount of lint. Look at that. I feel like Olaf. What can I say? I'm just so attractive. And then my shirt is also from Target. It's covered in these puffer fishes. I've worn it before. I have good news and I have bad news. We are about to go to the island. Yay! I'm so excited. Oh my goodness, I'm a crab again. But we're skipping breakfast. That's because my plan fell through once again. Last night I was gonna fill out this room service breakfast thingy. I was so excited. It was about like 11 p.m. I was gonna go to bed and I was like, oh, let me fill that out. It's gonna be so fun. Drawing in little circles and looking forward to my feast. But then I realized I didn't have a pen or even an ink and feather, nothing. I searched the whole room. I searched the drawers. I searched the bathroom cabinets. There was nothing. Maybe the pen is locked in the fridge. It still hasn't been opened. I've been too scared to ask. So I couldn't fill this out. I was like, it's fine. In the morning, I'll just call and I'll place the room service order that way. This morning, I tried to call. Once again, it said office busy. Okay, Steve Carell. I tried about 5 times throughout the span of 15 minutes, nothing. So I just decided to have a brunch on the island. Instead, they have a restaurant there. I think it's a buffet. So I'm super hyped about that. I'm super hungry. Let's get going. Whoa, who's this acrobat? This is Ocean Cay. As you can see, it's surrounded by water, which is a very unique feature compared to other islands. And it's super pretty and the water is so blue. It reminds me of blue raspberry jello. So I got off the boat and the moment I walked into Ocean Cay, they had this like mini little entrance lighthouse thing. Is that a lighthouse? What is that? Ocean Cay, okay. Whatever it is, I posed with it and I outshined it. There's a transportation pavilion where you can get transferred from different area to different area. And here's another one of these structures. The other one was blue. This one is pink. So it's like a gender reveal party. What's it gonna be? They also had this little store with tons of essentials, you know, hats, knickknacks, souvenirs, future heirlooms. You can pass the hat down to your loved ones. They also have jet skis if you're a risk taker and some boats and things like that. You know what I love? I love that this whole place is just like sidewalk. Well, what's this called? Like stone. This isn't pavement. This is it's a mosaic, whatever. What I'm trying to say is it's not sand. And this is like a bar situation type deal type moment. And I came across these houses. I think they're like apartments. I'm wondering if the staff lives here. This is a map if you're nosy and you want to look around the island. And this is an ice cream shop called the Smiling Fish. Can fishes smile? So I just kept walking and exploring and I came across the beach. It's a gorgeous beach. It's right next to the boat. You can feel like a tiny shrimp next to it. And this is a little food truck called Beach Snack. And they have some free items and a pricey lobster tail. Wait, did it say tail? No, sorry, roll. I'm sorry, it's not my fault. It's all faded. Now this is an actual lighthouse. Okay, this is the main centerpiece of the island. And I am gonna call it Candy Cane because that's what it looks like. And I'm always thinking about
about food. It's just really pretty. It's really big. And I think you can climb up all the way to the top, but I didn't feel like taking all those stairs in the heat. I'm sorry. So I kept walking and I came across the Boho Buffet. It's lunchtime, girlies, and this is what it looks like. There's tons of chairs outside. They are in the sand, but it's okay. I was still very grateful to just be there. And I got there right when they opened, so I was able to take gorgeous shots of all the food, the whole spread. So they have sodas, they have desserts with little cookies and things like that. They also have burgers, hot dogs, fries, all the classics, plus jerk chicken, ribs, rice, tons of different things, potato salad, rolls, and yeah, so I forgot to fill my plate once again. I don't know what was going on with me during this trip. I'm so sorry, but I got a little scared because birds started surrounding me. Close your mouth, girl. You look desperate.
So I'm trying to enjoy my meal, but I'm surrounded by pigeons. Oh, that one's missing a foot. I'm not joking. Did you see it in the... Oh my God, I just noticed. I'm so sorry. I told her she looked desperate. Girl, you don't look desperate. You look beautiful the way you are. Did a shark eat it? Anyways, it's very hot, but we do have these nice shaded, like massive umbrellas for giants. And this food looks amazing. So let's start. I'm gonna start with the fries. Now, I know I tried MSC's buffet fries, but these look extremely seasoned compared, right? Do you see the difference? It's very paprika. So let's try it. Oh wow. Oh my word. All the birds left. Oh my gosh, what is going on? They're all surrounding. Girlies? I feel like I'm in an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Watch, the birds are gonna end up like being from Howl or something. There's always a twist. These fries are truly fantastic. They aren't just your typical seasoned fries. They have more seasoning than your typical seasoned fries. They're very salty. They have a very strong smoky flavor, and they're on top of an already crispy fry, which is so delicious. So I'm hot. So if I don't make full sense during this taste test, that's probably why. I'm gonna give these a 10 out of 10 slay. Also, I'm ashamed to say I forgot to bring sunscreen, and I was too cheap to buy it on the ship and too lazy. So I'm just trying to get through the island pretty fast before I singe to a crisp. You guys don't want to see me when I look like a hot dog. You wouldn't like me when I look like a hot dog. Okay, next up, let's try the potato salad. This is Bahamian potato salad. It tastes just like potato salad, but with some bell peppers thrown in there. Oh my God, these birds are ravenous. Maybe one of them ate her foot. Oh, there's a new one. She is slowly walking up towards me, glancing at me, trying to distract me with her shiny feathers. It's not gonna work. Look at those webbed feet. You look like Donald Duck. There's a slight sweetness, a mustardiness, a mayonnaise vibe, just like any old potato salad, but with pepper. So there's nothing more to say about that. It's delicious. I like it a lot. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Okay, next up we have coleslaw. Oh my God. I almost spit it out into the sand. And I mean, that's probably not bad for the sand. It probably fertilizes it and makes things grow. But then I realized we're not supposed to feed the birds. And I follow the rules, so I
ate it.
That is the worst coleslaw I've ever had. I like coleslaw. And I like the fact that typically coleslaws have sourness, they have a vinegar vibe, they have a sweetness and the crunch. But this literally just tastes like cabbage, Hellman's mayonnaise, a sprinkle of extra hell, and that's it. There's no saltiness, there's nothing else going on besides
Mayonnaise-iness.
So if you love eating mayo by the spoonful, first of all, pay the doctor a visit. Second of all, you would love this. This would be your favorite. I'm gonna have to give that a 0 out of 10. Disgusting. Vile. Okay, next up we have mac and cheese. This mac and cheese looks cheesier than the buffet mac and cheese, and it has breadcrumbs on it, and we all know breadcrumbs are iconic thanks to Jack and Jill. So let's try it. That's the same. Girl, that's the same nutmeg butter noodles. Oh my God, don't you dare, don't you dare. They literally took the same buttered noodles and they just threw some scrapes of toasted Wonder Bread on top of it. Once again, not good. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. What'd I give it the first time? It was probably something that is not consistent with this number. Whatever, I'm not perfect. I don't have the memory of a robot. That's why we're being replaced. Next up, we have jerk chicken. You guys know I love jerk chicken so much, and this looks very flavorful. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, they're attacking someone. Why am I laughing? Okay, I think someone dropped something and they were like, girl, that's mine. You guys know, they're trying to take my moment. You guys know that I have been to a lot of these cruise islands. Almost all of them serve jerk chicken. This is the best one out of all the cruise islands. It is so extremely tender and it's so juicy and it has so much jerk seasoning. I can taste a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of spiciness, cumin, and whatever else they add to it to make that jerk seasoning flavor. It is just phenomenal. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been kind of a jerk to these birds. I'm actually really a nice person. I was just trying to fit in with the chicken. So for cruise jerk chicken, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Slay. Okay, now we have these ribs. This one has a huge extra piece of meat on it. It's like a second rib that started growing. Oh my God, this one's mad. Those ribs are very nice. They don't have any fat on them. They are super tender, just like the chicken, and they have a good enough flavor. I'm not the biggest fan of the sauce though. I think it could be better. It does have a tropical sort of sweet mango flavor to it, but I like my sweet tropical barbecue sauces to also have something else going on, like either, oh my God, they're all girlies. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, what is happening? Oh my God. The girls are fighting. Let me just get through this quick and then I'll move seats because there's too many around me. What was I saying? Oh yes, typically I like my tropical barbecue sauces to either have a heat or a tanginess or something. This one is simply just sweet. They could be better. I'm gonna give them a 7 out of 10. So
For my dessert, I got a brownie, a piece of rum cake, and a pineapple upside down cake as well.
okay, so I moved to a calmer area, less birds, okay? They're following me. I wonder why. Oh, look what I have. They don't. They also mean I just have such a beef with them. Sometimes I get caught up in it. I'm sure they have seeds and oats that grow on the trees, right? And they eat plenty of things. So let's first try the pineapple upside down cake. I wonder what would happen if you baked your pineapple upside down cake the right side up. Because that's the ultimate rebellion. And I love that. You know, it's not bad. I think my issue is that the pineapple reminds me of canned pineapple. It just has that kind of soggy flavor to it. It's probably from being cooked, and it's probably not from a can, but that's just what it's reminding me of. And the cake itself is like a typical pound cake. I just don't know if the pineapple's texture goes with it. You know, I don't know if I like pineapple upside down cake in general. I don't think the textures work, so I don't think it's MSC's fault. I think it's just a bad invention. Simple as that. I'm gonna have to give that a 4 out of 10. Now, the brownie. I'm sorry, that's not a brownie. Brownies are ooey, gooey, chewy. The 3 oohs. I just came up with that. Wow. This to me tastes like a really, really dry chocolate cake. It does have a cocoa powdery flavor, but it's not rich enough. It isn't heavy enough, and it's not moist enough. I'm gonna have to give that a 2. Oh. And this is a rum cake. It looks like the same cake as the pineapple upside down cake, but maybe soaked. That's the best one. It has a slight rum liqueur flavor that just makes you feel a bit more high-end as a person, and it moistens up the pound cake so much and just kind of elevates it. I enjoy it. So I'm gonna have to give that a 9 out of 10, yes. Overall, the island buffet was a little hit or miss, but it wasn't bad whatsoever. And I had a great time with my birds. You know, I think it's time to end the beef. Girlies, I'm sorry. Please, I'm apologizing.
We are about to go to our final MSC dinner, and it's actually a seafood restaurant. Yeah! I chose this because you guys know I'm trying to be more adventurous with seafood, right? So it's called Ocean Cay, and I didn't know that until like a couple hours ago. I looked at my reservation, I was like, that's the same name as the island. Is the restaurant on the island? Do I have to go back out in the sun? Please, it burns. I can't do it. But no, it's just the same name. It's on the ship on deck 8. So let's go feast on some crustaceans and some sea anemones. This is Ocean Cay restaurant. As you can see, the decor is dried up starfish, dried up shells, dried up clams, just everything in the ocean that's been dehydrated was in this restaurant. But it was super pretty, super nice. This is the menu. Pause if you'd like. They had a lot of fishy options and a few non-fishy ones as well. And they brought me 3 different breads with olive tapenade and bun.
I love the vibe of this place. It's very quiet, very chic, very couture, and it feels like I'm at like a nightclub, you know? It's very that. I have a very modern lantern here, unlike my colonial one that I had at the butchery. Who goes there? And these breads look really cool. Can you see them? They're on this really fancy glass. I think they're supposed to be like different things from the ocean. Like this one's supposed to be a clam or a shell. This one's supposed to be a sea cucumber. And this one is supposed to be a yam. But yams aren't from the ocean. I don't know, girl. They have to get their theming right. And it came with butter and tapenade. I've never had tapenade. Apparently it's an olive spread. You guys know to me olives taste like tires from a monster truck. So I've never loved them, but I am ready to try some tapenade. Why not? First, the cucumber. Butter. Now that's good sourdough. Perfect, crusty, sour, salty, and the butter tastes like Cheesecake Factory's butter. Okay, let's try some of this tapenade. I'm so scared. Okay. Oh, it smells like a Slim Jim. It does have the olive flavor, but I really don't mind it because it's also very acidic and it reminds me of Tabasco sauce mixed with Slim Jims and olives. Now the yam. Okay, it does taste like a whole grain, like one whole grain, but it's slightly sweet. It has a bit of a honey flavor. It's very warm and comforting, and so that balances out the healthy flavor. I like that a lot. And now the clam. That's not a clam, that's a croissant. I thought it was gonna taste like an oyster. I'm flabbergasted. That isn't just a croissant though, it's a grilled croissant. I'm not joking, they put extra butter and they smushed it on a grilling pan. I mean, that's how you grill things, right? But it tastes like a salty croissant grilled cheese. Incredible. I love all three breads. Oh my gosh, the butcher is shaking. Sweeney Todd has never been so nervous. Before the appetizer comes, let's talk our final thoughts on MSC. I underestimated it because of the price point. I have been on Margaritaville, I have been on Carnival. Those are the two budget cruises I have sailed on, and both of them disappointed me. Both of them felt budget. And so with MSC, I was expecting the same. But I've had a wonderful time. I've truly enjoyed most of the food. I love the room. I think it's actually amazing. And I love the whole vibe. I think it feels very nice. It does not feel budget. And I think out of all the budget cruises, this is by miles the best one.
In my opinion.
Also not sponsored whatsoever. I would never get sponsored by MSG. I care way too much about my health.
For my appetizer, I got a chunk of octopus and also some hummus with it and a burnt lemon.
I told you guys I was being adventurous today. You didn't believe me? We have a whole octopus arm. It's bigger than I expected. And I chose this because I always thought the Ursula looked so delicious. Every time I saw her on screen, I was like, hey girl, oh my God, put it down. Get off my fork. It's suctioned. Thank you. Okay, so I chose the smaller side first. It's the phalange side. And it came with hummus, so I'm gonna dip that in. I love hummus. And a tomato. Let's try it. I'm so scared. I'm trying to be brave for you. A man never shows fear. He doesn't. He says, give me some dirt. I'm gonna roll around in it. I'm not scared of nothing. Oh, crispy. Thank you so much. Thank you. If this was disgusting and she came here right at that moment that I was chewing it, it would have been so hard to keep a straight face. But to be honest, at least the dainty part of the octopus really tastes like a singed shrimp. Let me take another bite. I think I'm gonna try the thick part. Oh. You know what, girl? High five. Okay, so that chunk wasn't as delicious because it was less crispy and less charred and more chewy, but it still did not taste bad whatsoever. The small side tasted like a shrimp, and the big side tasted more like king crab. So I'm loving the versatility that Ursula has from her thighs to her toes. Like, that's crazy. And it tastes like it was cooked in oil, salt, pepper, and not much more, but it's so charred that that kind of burnt flavor really is the star here. So I don't mind the lack of seasoning. Does that make sense? And the hummus is very creamy, very garlicky, very lemony. I tried octopus, guys, and I didn't gag.
For my entree, I got the New York strip steak, and it came with some cheesy onion rings. And I also got a side of spinach, garlic spinach, and lemon potatoes as well.
I want to make two things clear. I did not order these onion rings. They came with the steak. They're like part of the entree. I got two classier sides, the spinach and the lemon potatoes. Second of all, I know I got a steak at an ocean house. It's the seafood version of a steakhouse, right? And I'm not sorry about it. I already experimented with octopus. I think that was enough for the day. Hello. Let's dig in. Let's first try the spinach. This is garlic spinach, freshly wilted. Come here, pottery. That was about 4 bites of spinach, but it was nice. You know, that is simple. It is, but it's garlicky. So it's literally just like probably butter, garlic, salt, and spinach, and that's it. So I'm not blown away, but I enjoyed it. I like spinach. I bet you didn't expect that either. I just keep surprising people. Is it your birthday? I'm gonna throw you a party. Now it's time for the lemon potatoes. Now see, when you underseason potatoes, that's where I draw the line and I have to speak up. And speaking up with a stutter isn't easy, okay? They're nicely grilled. They're fully cooked. They have a nice little crispy outside to them, but they kind of just taste like oregano and oil, and that's it. I'm not getting any onion, garlic, lemon. Yeah, wait, where's the lemon? This is supposed to be a lemon and potato. Maybe they weren't in season? Then don't call it that. I would call these oregano potatoes. I'm not grossed out by them, but they're nearly flavorless. I'm gonna have to give those a 4 out of 10. Now it's time for the cheesy onion rings. So I just find this very peculiar. You guys know I love trashy food. I'm a trash bag. Call me Timmy Hefty. And so typically at any other restaurant, I would say, this looks amazing. I'm gonna devour it. But I feel like there's a level of elegance here that this blob of hardened cheese and onion is not meeting. Also, I've just never seen melted cheese on an onion ring. I know it doesn't sound bad, but I've just never seen that. So I'm excited to try it. Oh. I feel like cheese and fried onions might be the recipe for the worst fart ever seen by mankind, but that's not my critique. This is my critique. This onion ring is somehow 5 times oilier than the butchery onion ring, and that was already quite oily. It was giving rig. This is literally dripping with oil, and I think that it might partly be because of the cheese. Whoever thought of adding a slice of cheddar onto onion rings didn't think through the oil overload. The good news is tomorrow morning, everything's gonna slide out real fast, but I think that's the only silver lining here. I am not impressed by that. Oh my gosh, I hope the steak is good. So it's a New York strip, and look guys, it has a little bouquet for you, my queen. Oh, fresh from the grill. And it came with this Anjou. I think it's made with wine, they said, so okay. Maybe that'll balance out the trashy cheese. Oops. That is pretty dang delicious. You guys know that me and Tammy run a steakhouse, right? It's called Tammy's Steakhouse, and we founded it together. We run it as a couple, so I know a lot about steaks, and that Timmy special is the juiciest T-bone. And I have to say, I think this is a good steak. I really do. Is it the best steak I've ever had? No, but I'm really enjoying it. It is charred perfectly. It has the perfect amount of that like steak salt on it that makes it real nice and salivating, and it's a little bit chewy, but that's probably just because I got medium well, and I'm a disgusting swine for doing that. I've seen the comments, and even though they hurt, I know they're true. I do wish it had a bit more of a crust. I love a steak with a nice, extremely charred crust, but it has enough. And this Anjou is like a buttery, slightly sour, almost like lemony wine. It's a lot more lemony than the potatoes. And so I think I'm gonna give this steak a nice 7 out of 10. It's good. It's very enjoyable.
For my dessert, I got the pavlova with gorgeous berries and cream and compote.
This looks incredible. So I've had one other pavlova before, and it was on my last cruise, and I loved it. It's like a meringue that's filled with something. This one is filled with cream and berries. It sounds simple, refreshing. So it's like a strawberry shortcake, but instead of a cake, it's egg white. Sounds good to me. Eggs are hard to come by these days. Oh, there's something in the middle. I think it's like a berry sorbet or something. Okay. Oh, see, crunchy. Well, isn't that just the lightest, most refreshing dessert I ever did have? If I was a cloud, I would say this is exactly like me. The moment I get home, I'm telling Tammy we're adding a pavlova to our steakhouse menu. That is the best pavlova I've ever had out of the two. The meringue itself is so crumbly and light, and it almost melts in your mouth like cotton candy, but first it adds a little crunchy crunch. And the berry sorbet was so tart. I think it was raspberry, and the whipped cream tasted like Starbies. One of my favorite desserts I've had in recent memory, to be honest, so that's a 10 out of 10 for me, girl. Well, girlies, this is it. I had the best time with you. Did you have a good time with me? You can say it. I won't tell Tammy. If you watch this whole thing, you are that girl. I'm so grateful. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe. I'll see you girlies next time. Bye. Bye. Love you.